Hello, my name is Meiju. Welcome to watch my knitting podcast. I'm podcasting from Helsinki, Finland. We have really hot summer weather today, over 30 Celsius degrees. It's little bit cooler here inside our house, but it's still really hot. What comes to Finnish weather, usually we have something between 20 or 25 degrees in summer, but it's really rare to have this hot weather. It's probably because of the climate change, but it's like it is. This week's video is about my summer sale. I have piled up here bunch of patterns that are on my summer sale bundle on Ravelry. I will put all the links below this video, so if you haven't yet browsed my summer sale bundle on Ravelry, please do that. There are plenty of lightweight yarn patterns, shawls and pullovers and cardigans that are made with light yarn, so they are perfect for summer knitting if you are able to knit in this heat. Let's begin. I don't have all my patterns that I have in my summer sale bundle here because I couldn't find all the designs, but most of them are here. Some of them I have some of my samples I have gifted to some of my friends or to my mother or someone that I knew, and some of my shawls are in my winter closet, meaning that I usually wear them in winter. At least I think I don't have my favorite shawl here. It's Illusia shawl. I could put a photo here somewhere or here, so you can see what I'm talking about. But I will go through most of these patterns. I will go through all of these patterns that are here, and putting a photo of those patterns that are not here. And if I miss some of those patterns, please go to Ravelry, to my sale bundle, to see what patterns include to the summer sale. Okay, let's begin. First pattern in this bundle is my October Spirit cardigan. It's made, it's knit in light fingering. I have to, because I can't remember all of this, I can't pull them off my head, so I have to have my little own notebook here, which is the bundle on Ravelry. So this is knit in Kettu Yarns Merino Tweed, so it has little Donegal knobs in it. I really loved to work with this yarn. The sleeves are a little bit buffed, as you can see. If I open the sleeve a bit, you can see that there is a little buff. And if you see the photos from Ravelry, you might see the buff more clearly, because now that it's flat and I have to hold it, the buff isn't really that visible, but when it's worn, it's perfect. So the sizing is from XS to 5XL, so it's size inclusive, it goes for everywhere. The length is a little bit cropped, and this is my summer cardigan. I really, or early fall cardigan. I worn this a lot last summer or in early fall, because I finished this in late summer. So it's perfect little summer cardigan if you want to have something like that. Then I have my Midnight Spark shawl. This is something that I published this year, I believe, if I recall it right. It's made in 3 colors. It has this, it's not a slip stitch pattern, it's tuck stitch pattern. So you drop those stitches and pick up the yarn, the contrasting color yarn below. So all is instructed in the pattern, and I think I have tutorial video on this too, which is the link is in the pattern, and you can find it on this channel too. So if you want to see how these are knit, you will find it on my channel. And perfect for some lonely skeins in your stash. Midnight Spark Shawl. So I will put the bundle link here. I won't put all the pattern links there. I will put only the bundle link, so you will find all these patterns there. Then there is this this shawl that was inspired by one wallpaper actually. This is called Stripe It Away shawl. So there are stripes in 3 colors in this contiguous stripe pattern. It's triangle shaped, and then there is this decreases, increases to give some extra interest for the knitting. So 3 colors for this, and this is, I think this is perfect if you have some skeins left that you want to use, because you can always play with the colors. You can use more or less colors than that if you want. So, and this is something that you can start and then bind off when your yarn runs out, so you don't have to completely follow the pattern. You can switch between the stripes. You can do anything you like, and always bind off when the colors run out. So it's something that it's really fun to knit if you have some scrap yarn skeins waiting. Let's go this shawl next. This was my last year's mystery knit along. It's called Softly Together shawl, and I just love these colors. This is these were some of my favorites from Wool Me One's fibers that I got to choose these colors. These are just perfect. And if you are interested in knitting along, I think on Ravelry there is this group called Never Enough Lace group, and there are 2 hosts, Bridget and Debbie, who are hosting a knit along for this pattern. So if you are interested in knit along, please go there. The knit along begins in 15th of July, but I think you can join after that. And I have made a coupon code for this special discount for the knit along. So the coupon code will be announced on that group. So if you want to join that knit along, there will be a knit along. They are hosting it while I'm on my summer vacation. It's so lovely that they contacted me for this knit along, and lovely to see that they will host that there. Softly Together shawl. Then let's go to shawls first, and after that I will jump to pullovers. Then there is this Orchidea shawl. Orchidea is Finnish and means orchid. How do you pronounce it? So the color is Orchidea, and the yarn that I used here is Rouva Silmusolmu merino sukki. So it's light fingering weight merino sock yarn. there is really easy garter stitch and then some simple lace stitch pattern. This is kind of beginner friendly shawl if you are new to lace knitting. I published this in March this year, so this is quite new design, but really nice summer knitting, mindless TV knitting. You don't have to concentrate that much to keep things interested. And it's a huge, it calls for two skeins, but since this is a triangle that is knit from side to side, it's possible to always just bind off this shawl too when your yarn runs out. So it's really modifiable for a smaller amount of yarn too. As are most of these patterns that I just went through. The Softly to Knit Together shawl actually calls for the exact amounts of yarn that are used there. Making the shawl smaller isn't that easy, but it can modify it to be larger, for example, by making this border repeats, making more border repeats. So I think that's the only way to easily make this shawl larger, but since there are so many different sections in this shawl, it's not that modifiable as are those that are knit from one point to the next point, and there is only the beginning and the end in those designs. Then one more shawl, or two of them are there. This is the Gardener shawl. I published this last summer, and there is this cable pattern. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe it's too bright in here for you to see the pattern, but there is cable pattern and then there is lace pattern. So if you like textures and cables and lace, this is perfect for you. And this thing that you change the color here for this one is done with intarsia. So if you are familiar for intarsia, it's really easy, and if you are not, I have explained how it's done, and I have a tutorial video on that too on my YouTube channel, so you don't have to be afraid for the intarsia part here if you are new to it. It has nice flowers. Actually, when you wear it, the flowers kind of should go this way up. So the lace can be a bit challenging there, but it's not that hard actually as you would think. And then there is this bigot bind off with that contrasting color all over the shawl. So that's for something more for more experienced knitters, I think. And then two more shawls. Yes, let's go with this one first. This is slightly older pattern. This is called Meiju Soft. This is something that I knit a few years back when I was visiting Jyväskylä Knit Festival, and I think the shawl was on my needles then, and that's why the name. I can't remember what the yarns were, but let's see. This is a La Bien-Aimée merino single, this one. And Amy Sweater is this colorway. Love the name. And then there is Snail Yarn merino single. Cherry is the colorway for this lace. So there is a stockinette stitch and a lace pattern. And then again that tuck stitch pattern that sometimes I'm quite obsessed of some stitch patterns. I tend to use them in many designs in one era, and this is something that I keep coming back to this stitch again and again, and I love the effect that it creates. I have used it many years back, and I still use it sometimes. I could give you a close-up so you can see what happens there. It's not a slip stitch, it's something else. Yeah, so that's one of the sale bundle. Then my Miller Shawl that was published not so long ago. It was published in June, so this is quite new, but it's also in the sale bundle because it's fingering weight lovely shawl knitting for the summer. It has lace pattern and then eyelet sections, lace pattern and some lace edging there. Lovely summer knitting and not that hard as it might look. Then let's go to sweaters. I have some pullovers and I have some it seems that I have only 5 pullover piled here, but I have also Abu Dhabi Soft on my sale bundle, which is knit in Toss Merino Light. It's light, it's fingering weight, really simple kind of cardigan that is straight, really simple shaping. It's really something that all would need in their wardrobe kind of cardigan. Simple and easy to knit. Then there is this a Payhip. I will get it for you, one moment. Here it is. It's a kind of silk mohair loveliness or silk mohair gorgeousness. It's a really long cardigan, but since it's top down, it's made from top down, it's really easy to modify it to be smaller or shorter too. And this is something that I made a few years back, and I wanted to make a cardigan that would go with one of my dresses that has flowers in it, and that I could wear in those colder summer days when I have to throw something over my dress. And it's kind of so fine and so the feeling is so luxurious because I have knit using only one thread at a time. I know that most people knit this light mohair yarn using 2 threads at a time, but I wanted to only use one, so it's perfect, one of my favorites, and I only wear it in special occasions. I wore it this year in when we had our how do you call it? We have been married 16 years, so wedding anniversary. Oh, my head. So this is something that is also on the sale bundle. Then let's go to this one. This is called Southampton Soft. This is something that have been really popular of my designs. I know that many people, this have been sold so well. This is, there is a lace pattern on the sleeves. There is a little button detail, or you can put a ribbon here too. A button detail on the neck. And then there is just simple straight stockinette stitch. It's contiguous sleeve shaping, so the sleeves, first the neck is shaped with the short rows, then there are increases on shoulders, increases on sleeves, increases for body shaping, so one of my favorites. The sizing is quite fit, so if you want to make a larger or more a cardigan that have more positive ease, you should just pick a larger size. It doesn't really matter. There is, well then, if you choose a larger size, the cross back length, which is from shoulder to shoulder, will grow larger, but not that large that it wouldn't matter, because there is more than room on the body shaping, so you can always pick one size larger. It will be okay for you, I think. And then there is this olive tree pullover that has lace on the back. And if you have careful eyes, you might have seen that this is the similar pattern that was in the gardener shawl, but I have simplified it for the gardener shawl. So in this pattern you are knitting the lace on every row, but for the gardener shawl there are only knit on right side, or the yarn overs and decreases are made only on the right side, if I recall it right. So I sometimes simplify some of my own lace patterns too, just that it's easier to, or much more fun to knit in a way. So, but since this is a pullover, it's really easy. The lace is easy to knit on every row too. It's not that big of a deal. This has also contiguous sleeve shaping, so increases there, increases on the sleeve, so the sleeve will go, and then increases for the body. The front is simple stockinette stitch. This is something that I have worn a lot, and the yarn has kind of been really good. This is some sock yarn, if I recall it right. This is Wall Collection Tough sock, yeah, and the yarn has been perfect. Nothing has happened for the yarn, I think. Okay, I'm running out of room. Then one more with the similar lace pattern here. This is a cardigan version of the olive tree pattern, and this is a bit more challenging since in this you are also making the lace on the wrong side when you are working on the cardigan. So there is also contiguous sleeve, shoulder and sleeve shaping, and then the lace on the back. The same lace. And top-down construction in all of these in all of these sweaters that I've talked about, they are all the sweaters that are in the bundle are top-down sweaters. So you can always modify the length, the sleeve length, the body length, and do other modifications. It's much more easier, I think, with the top-down sweater. Okay, so in between Dreams Cardigan, this is one of my favorites. Let's put it on because it's kind of yeah. So this is something that I published a year ago, I believe. It has lovely lace pattern. Neck is lifted higher than the front with short rows, and it uses short rows during the lace pattern, so it's quite advanced knitting. But there are instructions how to do that, and I'm going to, in the fall, I'm going to modify the pattern a bit. I'm going to do an update in which I have made the short rows in written pattern too, because now the lace is only charted, and if you are not that familiar with charts, it might be a bit difficult to follow the pattern. I know that some of you are not that experienced reading the charts, and it might be difficult to follow, but I will make a sorry, my throat, my voice is going down. I'm going to make a pattern update that will help with that issue. And as you can see, again, the same lace, again a bit modified so that it will fit to this overall look more easily. And this is, the lace is in here is easier than on those olive tree and koivu cardigans, since this is only the yarn overs and the decreases are only done on the right side rows, so it's not that hard with the lace knitting. And in addition to this, in Dreams Cardigan, I have in between Dreams Pullover on my sale bundle too. So it's the same, but it's the pullover modification of this pattern. So it has this pattern detail on the back neck, and because of that, the pattern is slightly different. So they are individual patterns on my sale bundle and on Ravelry, because there are some differences in numbers because of that. Then there is this sidestep cardigan that I published this March, I think it was. It has bubbles on front, and the shape, it has simple raglan sleeve shaping. The bottom bands are, the stitches for bottom bands are picked up and knit from the fronts, and the fronts are how would I? Okay, there are some, because it's been folded, there are, you can see where it's been folded, but the fronts are they will get the shape because of the V-neck increases on the front. So it's kind of loose fitting, relaxed fit cardigan. One of my favorites too. Then I have two more cardigans there. One is Kerttu cardigan that I have been podcasted before. I published it in May, so it's relatively new. And then there is Viljanen cardigan that I published in June, and it's also, or in May, I can't remember. It's also really nice, lightweight, light fingering weight cardigan with lace and bubble panels on the fronts. And my friend is modeling it, so it's one of her cardigans now. That's why I don't have those samples with me. And Kerttu cardigan is for her daughter, so that's why I don't have the sample here with me. Then I have one sock pattern. So if you are into a sock knitting in summer, you might want to make your Christmas gifts early this year. So there is one sock pattern, Kiela socks, that is also in the sale bundle. I have the socks there with me, but I don't want to show you because I have been wearing them a lot, and they are just fine. The yarn has held really good, but because the bottom of those socks are so dirty, I don't want to show you the socks here. So I will put only the photo here for reference. that's all for my summer sale. So if you are interested some of these patterns, please go to Ravelry, find my designer page. I will put all the links below this video. There is this summer sale bundle link also, and use coupon code summer sale to get the discount for these patterns. The coupon code is valid until 31st of July, so the summer sale will continue until the end of July, so you will have time to use the coupon code. One or two shawls that I didn't mention. This is the one of them, the Gaida shawl, but I have my own podcast episode on this shawl, so you can watch the whole episode about this shawl. This is called Gaida shawl. I published it in July. Then I have this August evening top on that sale bundle. I also have a complete episode on that design. And then I have a repetition shawl that I have gifted to my mother, so I don't have the shawl here with me, but I will put a photo for it somewhere here. Yeah, those were the patterns in my summer sale bundle. And then of course there is this one, my newest pattern Mistro, which is also on that sale bundle. So it's a DK weight pullover with lace back. The last of my episode was about that design, so you can watch a whole episode about that. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon again. Bye.